Good afternoon, everybody. Gonna wait just for a few minutes here for some more people to hop on. Hey, Carrion. Thanks for hopping on again today. I'm gonna play this real quick. Getting started a little bit late here. There's already quite a few active tornado warnings. Did I click play? Am I gonna have to restart Radio Omega? I clicked play and isn't doing a thing. Okay, Radio Omega wants to be. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Yeah, I figured I missed some of it, but this is gonna be a long day regardless. And last night was pretty wild. I had a hard time sleeping, so. Welcome, everybody. We're gonna be doing this as much as I can today. Oh boy. There's just as many tornado warnings today as we saw last night. Well, that's good. I'm glad the St. Louis tornado was not as bad as we had thought, because that's that would have been pretty scary. Excuse me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Um, my goodness. This is. Let's take a look at some of these. I'm gonna stop the animation, and we can just kind of get a look at it. These two further south, um, these are kind of messy looking, right? But the further north you get, you notice that there's more of a hook nature to these. Except for this. This is just a huge blob. Um, but it says observed tornado north of Meridian, Mississippi. Let's go ahead and take a look at velocity. Maybe this is from earlier and this warning's about to expire. It says 29 minutes. Let's take a look at the history of this. Okay, so this is what it was. This is what it looked like on velocity. Or on reflectivity over here on the left. And then it just became a rain-wrapped mess. Unsure if it even still has a tornado on the ground, but it's impossible to tell from velocity. Hey, Unforgiven. Thank you guys for hopping on. Let's take a look at this next cell down the line. Oh, and just north of Collins, and oh my goodness. Oh, that is definitely a radar couplet there. Almost looks like two. Um, but oh my gosh, going right for Taylorsville. So Taylorsville definitely needs to be on the lookout. North of Columbia, we have another tornado warning. with a broad area of rotation. This one may be about to produce, going for Bassfield. And then we have some more down here to the south. We're going to have to swap radars just north of New Orleans. Let's look at the Mobile radar. So if you look at the Mobile radar, it's a little bit more obvious, especially this one. But, oh my. Yeah, we really need more radars. That's just really the bottom line. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, to be honest with you. So let's see how today goes. It's definitely several tornado warnings. I mean, we've already got pretty much a confirmation of our high risk. There's just tornadoes everywhere. And the further we get into the day, I think the better the environment will be. But let's just keep an eye on it. Yeah, for Texas, I mean, I don't know where you live in Texas, but up here in North Texas, I moved to Tornado Alley on purpose. That's the only reason anyway. Only reason I came up here. So that's DFW. Oh, okay, yeah. You're not too. You're about 2 hours from me. I'm up here near Wichita Falls, but I just I came up here because I wanted to be able to chase more regularly and without having to drive for 5 hours, because I used to live in San Antonio. And it was just too far of a drive for me all the time. So now I get to chase more often. I'd say I'd like to be out there for this, but I wouldn't. Not in this terrain. If this was in Oklahoma, I would be out there today. Dixie Alley is just not. I know a lot of people will go out there anyway, but it's just not a safe area to chase. It's trees. You can't see anything. I just can't. I don't understand how people can do it. I've done it before, but that's just too difficult. Too dangerous. If this were Oklahoma, take you with me. I mean, I don't know. That's if I were to take anyone that's not somebody I know really, really well, I would have to get like a waiver of liability and all that sort of thing. I know some people that have taken like reporters and whatnot, and they require people to sign a waiver of liability because it's what we do is, especially me, and like my friend who I chase with, we don't like to really sit back from a distance. I mean, sometimes sitting back from a distance is just fine, but personally, if I can get close enough or closer, I will get closer. I like to be right up in the. If I'm in the RFD while the tornado is ongoing, that's kind of where I want to be, or closer. And so that's kind of, I like the Selden tornado. I was in the ghost train in Selden, so that was, now my friend was in the tornado, so I don't want to be in the tornado. I don't have the stomach for that. The inflow is always nice, especially the stronger inflow where it's just constant. No, I did not see that there was a storm chaser inside a tornado last night, but that does not surprise me. I don't know if I personally I wouldn't do it on purpose, but Maybe if I had an armored vehicle, I would, but yeah, well, what can you do, you know? I hope that they're okay, but I, the thing is you don't want to be in these tornadoes. Yeah, Reed was in Dominator. I think he's Dominator 3, but Dominator 1 and 2 are sitting in his warehouse, but they're I think they're worse for wear, not in great shape. I mean, they are pretty old at this point. But we've definitely got some active tornado warnings going on, and we're just gonna keep an eye on it. You know, there's nothing else that we can really do. So, 21, yeah, I kept an eye on it for a little while, and then I just tried to sleep. And oh gosh, I don't even know. Like, I might have still been up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't even remember what time it was. I was just ready to get some sleep, and I was having a hard time doing it. Yeah, last night was pretty rough. Hmm. New warning in Stonewall. Let's. Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's a continuation of the previous warning. When they have the boxes basically touching like that, and it's in the same direction, this one's just kind of. Oh, there's a PDS. And they continued the PDS. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on this one in Taylorsville. Taylorsville, you're being impacted right now. I mean, that's I don't know how fast these are moving. What's this say? 45. These are moving slower than yesterday, so that's a good thing. You have more time, but still, 45 miles per hour is not slow. That's still moving pretty decent amount. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to mute for a minute. Um, Taylorsville, Bassfield, both. Taylorsville looks like it's definitely gonna be. I mean, it's already going to be over Taylorsville at this point. So we're just gonna have to wait for the next scan. That's the unnerving part, right? About watching these tornadoes during these situations when you can't be actually out there. Let's take a look at correlation. Oh, that's not good. It's already 3 Taylorsville. Oh my god. This is unbelievable. Look at that. Look at that debris on the CC signature on the right hand side of the screen. Why are. So here comes. Oh. So here comes the tornado. And that's. And it just went right for Taylorsville. Look at that! Look at that little north turn from the debris ball, right through Taylorsville. My God. Yeah, definitely on the ground. I would say so, considering the debris. Pray for the people of Taylorsville, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna need it. Really, everybody in this area. Hopefully, enough information got out about this today that people are heeding these warnings. Here's another potentially strong tornado here. You can see the velocity. Of course, this velocity is old. I don't know what's going on with Radar Omega. Their data is always late. I'm gonna see if I can get a different radar app here. Let me okay, I'm waiting to pull this up so we can get a better idea of this. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over here. There's the one for Taylorsville. And then if we turn on smoothing, it looks not as good. So let's see. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at this way. Okay, no, that's not gonna give us. You know, let's try looking at correlate. Let me do dual panel here. 2 panels. Let's do correlation coefficient. Oops. Escape. Let's take a look at this and see. Oh, it won't give me the CC on here. Let's take a look at it on the 3D look. So if you look at it on 3D, they're not very tall. 40,000. I mean, 40,000 is still tall, but you can see the core of the heaviest precip is at 30,000 feet there. This is one of the great things about GR Analyst is you get a 3D view of the volumetric scan. But I'm trying to see if I can get it just so. I may have to do a larger area. So if you look at it, do a larger area of it, and we point it this way, then you can't really see everything. So can't really get a good look at it that way. Oh, it keeps doing that because I got that tool turned on. I'm trying to move the map. Did I get some of the tables? You know what? Let me go see if I can do that. I'll go open Discord real quick. Oh, it's got to update. No, I went to bed last night and didn't bother with any of that. But I can do it now. Let's go here. Did you send them to? Where did you send them to me at? Moderation. There we go. Base relativity. Okay, I'm downloading these real quick from Discord. Okay, let's try some of these. Oops. Let's try this again. And then let's try to change this one. Okay, so let's try storm relative. Oh, that is definitely better. Okay, cool. And then let's see what base velocity looks like. Same thing, I guess. Yeah, they look identical. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit better. It gives us a better view. Well, I'm trying to get back to the chat. I'm having a hard time finding it. Where did chat go? Did I accidentally close the window? I think I accidentally closed the window. Yeah, for some reason it closed the entire window instead of only the Discord thing. Okay, no, I'm back on the chat. I couldn't find the window, and somehow it had accidentally gotten closed. High res reflectivity. Yeah, if you can send me the reflectivity one, that'd be cool. I like the velocity one, even though the velocity and the storm relative are the same, basically colors. But that's okay. It definitely allows you to see a little bit better. I mean, without the storm relative, you can kind of see the hook over here by Mount Carmel, in Williamsburg, but you can really see where it's at on the velocity. And then we've got this one up here by DeKalb. Excuse me. I may have to start using this again. I need to get me a new GPS thing now. Or figure out how to use GPS on Linux. Excuse me. Let's download some history. I don't think I've ever gotten around to making a how-to video on GR Analyst. It's something I'd like to do, but I've just got so much other stuff going on. And I've got to convince myself to actually just do it. There's just so many moving pieces to GR Analyst. So many pieces. If we go look at NROT, let's look at NROT real quick. So NROT is called normalized rotation, and it shows you much better, without a whole lot of clutter, where areas of rotation exist. So you can see it here and here, a little bit up here, and yeah, it's very, very useful, especially in situations where you can't tell if there's something happening there. I gotta go check my Discord. I think you just sent me a message on Discord. Where'd you? Oh, you sent it to me. Oh, I gotta download this. Continue to download. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them in here. Okay, let me extract these. I've got to clean up my files. Okay, let's change these color tables real quick. Base reflectivity. Let's do that one first. I think that looks a little bit better. There's still a lot of clutter, but that's okay. This one I think you can see a little bit easier. Let's try correlation coefficient. Okay, let's take a look at the correlation coefficient color table. Oh, that is definitely different. Okay. Base velocity. SRV. So, alright, let's I'll look at some of those other ones later. And cool. Yeah, I got them. Got this tornado headed right for Collins. I mean, that's a pretty clear indication there. This one that went through Taylorsville earlier. Looks like it dissipated, but I can't tell for sure. I mean, there's still velocity signature here, so it could still be going. And these are all PDS tornado warnings. And then we got this one down by Macomb. We still got this one going up by DeKalb and Macon, or Macon. And then we have one way up here by Russellville and Littleville. Let's go take a look at this one, if I can find a nearby radar. There's got storms everywhere. And that is a mess. Tornado warning remains in effect. Radar indicated rotation. So there's just stuff everywhere. But down here further south, these are the ones. And let's I'm gonna bring up the SPC website, and we're gonna look at some live data here. Let's see. Everybody likes the good old SIG tour. Okay, so we're gonna bring over the SIG tour map, and I'm gonna see if I can split screen it with GR Analyst. Okay, so there's on the left side you have your radar, and on the right side you have your significant tornado parameter 0 to 500, I think. Yeah, using 0 to 500 SRH. And this is pretty significant. Down here in the Louisiana boot heel. And then up here into far east, northeastern Mississippi. Basically, this entire area is just one giant bullseye, or two giant bullseyes of overlapping conditions that are going to be continuing throughout the day here that are ripe for tornadoes. I mean, that's obvious, but you can see these are things you don't normally see. I mean, normally I see a map with almost nothing on it. And to see these values so high up here, 7, I mean, that's insane, down there in Louisiana. So definitely not a good situation. And let's go back to our radar. so that we can take a look at what's going on. And this is just another day. Another day of strong tornadoes. Looking at Collins. Let's switch back to two panels. Oh, 2 panels. Now they're both on velocity. There we go. So there we go. Let's just keep an eye on it and see how things go. But it's definitely shaping up to be one of those days with these particularly dangerous situation tornado warnings going on right now for Collins, Bassfield, Seminary, Paulding. I can't see the name of that town because of the boxes covering it. But definitely, you know, I forgot, I have to set the storm motion vector in order for storm relative velocity to work correctly. Give me a second. I gotta go retrieve that real quick. $226. Okay. And speed 45 knots. What's that in miles per hour? What's miles per hour? $31, 39 knots. So if we put in 39 knots and we hit apply, that will change our storm relative velocity to actually work correctly. Forgot that you have to do that in GR. In all of the more modern applications, it's determined automatically. So you don't get... That's why the base reflectivity looked exactly the same. Or base velocity. So if you switch to base velocity, SRV... Let's do this. So if you look at it here, now it's changed. Now that I've actually set the storm motion vector, it's a little different. So there we go. A little bit of a tutorial for you in the middle of a tornado outbreak. Apparently one of my friends went to Dixie Alley to chase this nonsense. And there are... So... The one in Taylorsville... But the roads are blocked by trees in Taylorsville, so... That again gives you an idea of what happened down there. Jeez. Okay, let me... Let's see. So this is the one that went through Taylorsville earlier, and it's still going. And you have this other one down here. I'm gonna zoom out here a little bit, and I'm gonna press play, and we're just gonna watch it here for a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back here. You can see we've just got a trail of supercells, just one after the other here. With some towns, I think Taylorsville, already being hit more than once. Um, so this is not good. You can see the tornado emergency there from earlier. And these storms just continue to pile on top of each other. It's just tornado after tornado. This is unreal. It's like a repeat of last night, only worse. Cool, thanks, Kieran. Let me check the Discord real quick. I'm waiting for it to... Welcome. Alright, cool. If you'd like to join the Discord, the links are on our YouTube links section. I'm trying to be more active in the Discord this year. We've got a few members, but I haven't been particularly active in there. But I'm gonna try to do a little bit better this year. Excuse me. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this situation. This is unreal. Just seeing how many super... So let's pause this real quick and let's count them. We got 1, 2, 3. We have 4. There's some back here. 5, 6, 7. And then we have more tornado warnings up to the north portion of Alabama there. But we're going to focus right here on these because it seems to be the best environment down towards the south. And also keep an eye on these cells out here. Let's see if I can get Epic Pin going and we can start to actually draw on the screen. So if we take a look at these out here, I'm interested to see if they pop off anything. We'll just gonna have to keep an eye on it. I swear I clicked on this. Why won't it let me do this? Well, I did not intend to zoom out. My mouse got too far over. Boy. It's going to be another long day. Excuse me. Yeah, I saw that one. I was from one of the cameras on the side of the road there. Let's see. I heard my son just say that there were debarked trees in Taylorsville, which is not good. I mean, Taylorsville's got... I feel bad for Taylorsville. Oh, and of course today I'm under a fire weather watch. So on top of what we had yesterday, now I'm also under a fire weather watch here. So hopefully no one out there in my area is going to be trying to light off any fires. Because we are definitely on the dry side of this system. Let's see. Collins. That storm is. I can't keep up with this while it's doing that. Was that Taylor? Hold on. This is. Did Taylorsville get hit again? Hold on. Let me back this up. How many times is Taylorsville gonna get hit? Hold on. That's one. Let's back this up as far as I can. It doesn't go any further than this. Can I get more? I'm gonna see. I'm waiting for the next set of data to finish downloading here. I'm gonna see. I'm very curious because I knew it had already gotten hit twice. Waiting for this to finish. It says downloading. So you can see in the lower right hand corner it says downloading over here, but I don't know. I'll see if I can take a look at it. Only twice, okay. Well, either way, you can watch. Here's number 1. And there's number 2. So I'm not sure if that's number 2 or... Because that's like just now. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Taylorsville's definitely in need of help. I saw some people posting about it, saying that they needed help there. Yeah, so we've got this one here, northeast of Taylorsville. Looks like it's going to redevelop. You can see the very broad rotation, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this one as it continues to move to the northeast. And then there's just so much going on. I think that this area here is going to be the focus. Particularly this storm that went through Taylorsville, the second one. Yeah, it's definitely cycling there. And you see another rotation up here. Let me get my pencil out. You can see this one up here. Is that bright enough for you guys? Let me see if I can find a different color. Okay, let's try this again. That's just not very thick. Can I change the thickness? Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can change the thickness of this. There we go. That looks a little easier to see. So we have that one there. We have this one here. So let's continue to monitor this. Yeah. This one by Taylorsville. That one's... Okay, there's our new radar scan there. Man, I might have to switch my Chase laptop back to Windows so I can use GR Analyst again. Then I can use vMix instead of Streamlabs. But we'll see. Okay, that next velocity scan is, it doesn't look too terrible. Excuse me. While we're sitting here, I'd just like to thank everybody for being on. Today's stream is sponsored by PepLink, and I think we're not using their equipment today because I'm streaming from home, but you'll find links to some of their products with Amazon affiliate. These are Amazon affiliate links, so I get a kickback on some of the proceeds if you guys choose to look into some of their products and purchase them. But I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Trying to make sure I actually did the sponsored. I need to check this box. Okay. So, now that I've checked the paid promotion box, I thought it was already checked on the previous stream, but it was not. Okay, so let's focus. So we got this one coming into Bay Springs here. Bay Springs is going to have to be on the lookout. This could wrap up pretty quickly here if it's not already doing so. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Excuse me. And there's our next scan. It's coming right for Bay Springs. I'm going to see if we got any cameras in Bay Springs. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find any. I can find out where this is on the map. Okay. Oh, I can search the map. Okay, we don't have any cameras in Bay Springs, unfortunately. The nearest one we have is in Laurel. But that is really looking like it's trying to do something right there over Bay Springs. So let's keep an eye on that and see how this goes. Okay, so Bay Springs, man, that could be something right there for Bay Springs. But let's just see, because this says the PDS confirmed tornado, but it doesn't say PDS. Okay, no PDS, but definitely okay. Oh, right over Bay Springs. Golly. Let's see what this next scan looks like. We got 20 seconds to the next update. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of footage on X. I just have to be careful what I share. I don't want my stream to become demonetized. I mean, that's a very minimal concern, but the other concern is losing the getting. Yeah, I don't want any copyright strikes. That's kind of the point there I'm trying to make. And now it's kind of right over top of Bay Springs. Let's take a look at correlation coefficient. You know, let's do 4-panel. And let's pull up correlation coefficient in this window. Pull up NROT in this window. So the good news is I'm not seeing a whole lot on maybe right here. You can see NROT is kind of right there, just on the west side of Bay Springs. Let's play this and see what the correlation coefficient looks like. Gotta wait for all this to download, I guess. I hit the play button, but it's not doing anything. There it goes. Maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure. It kind of recycled. Here it comes. It's doing something right over Bay Springs. Let's take a look at NROT. Okay, here it comes. Maybe there might be something there. Man, this footage out of Mississippi is insane. Just tornado after tornado after tornado. Okay, so there's our new base velocity scan. I would have to say that Bay Springs, man, I don't know. It's so hard to say. I don't see anything on correlation coefficient that says that there's debris there. So we're just going to have to wait. And see. I hope not. Crossing our fingers that nothing happened there. Let's change the tilt real quick. That next velocity scan up there didn't look too great, but let's change our tilt. Okay, nothing too serious. Let's go look at the different tilts here. Yeah, that 1.4 degree tilt looks a little bit more like something there. And then let's look at, yeah. The thing about the tilts is you gotta wait for the radar to go up and scan the next thing. So it's always gonna, the tilt, when you look at the other tilts, they're not going to be the most current data. But they are useful for seeing if there's something there sometimes. So let's take a look back out and see what else is going on here. Let's just switch to 1-panel. Looks like this, I mean, there's maybe down here. Let's take a look at this in the 4-panel view. So, possibly, I don't know. Whoa, look at that. Normalized rotation there. I'd say that's a pretty strong indication. How old is this NROT product? Z. So this is recent. That's a pretty strong NROT right there. So I would say that's definitely a tornado. Just to the west of Summerall. I'm surprised they haven't issued a new tornado warning for it yet. Bay Springs. It's kind of a little weaker, but it's still something, kind of looks like there's something there. But the strongest area of normalized rotation is right here. And there's your new tornado warning right there. A large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Improv, or 12 miles northeast of Columbia, moving northeast at 60. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Damaging tornado. So this is a confirmed, let's see, source, radar indicated rotation, tornado damage considerable, but I would say it won't be confirmed until they see something on correlation coefficient, or they get an observed somebody seeing it and reporting it. But if you look from the NROT, I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's a tornado there. So that's definitely an indication. So we'll keep an eye on this one and this other one up here. Let's kind of zoom to both of these, and we'll keep an eye on this. These tornado warning polygon boxes are kind of blocking our view there. Well, let's see if it goes towards Collins. It's kind of, looking at the trajectory, it might pass east of Collins. Let's hope. I'm going to cross our fingers and hope it passes east of Collins. I am going to take a look at it on radar scope on my phone here. Yeah, pretty obvious if you look at it here, but I'm going to play it on my phone and see where... My goodness. These are moving so fast. So I don't think this is going to hit Collins. They would have to take a left-hand turn to the north. Seminary looks like it's closer to the path. Looks like it's almost on a direct path for Seminary. So let's zoom in. It looks like it's going right for Seminary, which is down the road from Collins. I want to see if this color table is kind of hard to read. I'm going to see if I can find a different one. But you can see the normalized rotation. I mean, that's very strong. That's a violent tornado right there. I don't think I've ever... I don't use NROT very much, but the times I've used it, I've never seen it red like that. That's very strong rotation there. Definitely a bad situation coming for the people of Seminary and anybody in between the tornado and there. And oh my god, this is just terrible. So what else? Do we have anything else? No, this is like the primary one. Let's get kind of real close to it and we'll just see what the next scan looks like. This is, I'm going to play this real quick so we can kind of watch the progression. So you can see the one that goes through Bassfield earlier, just north of Collins, and now you see this next one coming, and there it is. I'll just zoom out a little, see how long it's been going. And it really wrapped up right here. That's going right towards Seminary. Very strong tornado right there. Okay. Man. All right, let me. I'm gonna pause this real quick and move it to the last frame so we can see where it's. Look at that. That is some violent. That is a violent tornado right there. I mean, that is okay. We've last scan there. Let me point this out. We have debris right there starting to show up on correlation coefficient. Pretty much right in line with NROT and right in line with our velocity. So this is a strong, violent tornado ongoing right now. Let's go back a frame. So you can see there's the debris. There wasn't any. And then right there in that lower left-hand corner of your screen, you can see the correlation coefficient. And let me see if I can get something here. I need just a plain title. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, let's see if I can add another one. Give me 1 second. Let's see. It's still going right. Man, I hope this goes north of Seminary, but I'm sure there's people that live between these two towns. My God, this is not good. I'm trying to get some graphics up here. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's... I can only do so many of these. I can only have 4 slots, so which would be enough for this. I am trying to show what these different panels are for you guys. Oops, let's move this. so that it's in the right spot. Let's move it over here. Actually, let's put it right there. No, over here looks better. Okay, and then I'm gonna move. Reflectivity looks fine. Let's move this one. I can't see. Let's put that there. Okay. All right, and then I only need one more. Now I'm going to have to move it to the right spot. Okay, cool. So that should, hopefully that's not too much text on the screen. You guys can let me know. All right, so here's our, man, look at that. That is crazy. Is this gonna be? I see the debris signature's kind of gone away. So I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on it. It's gonna pass. Man, I hope it doesn't take a north turn towards Collins. They've already had enough to deal with. That is definitely a strong tornado there. And it's got a new tornado warning. Let's see. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado is located near Melba or 10 miles south of Collins, moving northeast at 60. This is a particularly dangerous situation. So let's keep watching it. March chaos, yeah. This is definitely chaotic. And we've been watching this. Let's zoom out and see what else is going on. We have another confirmed tornado to the north. Let's go take a look up here and see what's going on up here. I'm not seeing the evidence, but maybe it's from earlier. Oh yeah, maybe right there. Okay, let's go back down here and focus on this Collins storm. It is most certainly the storm of the minute. Can't even say storm of the hour because that seems to be changing from every 10 minutes. There's like a new tornado. This is definitely an outbreak, and I guess we'll see. I really hope that people heeded these warnings and continue to heed these warnings. Man, I was going to go right between... There's our new scan. Definitely a very strong, violent tornado ongoing. This might be one of our stronger tornadoes of the day. Any rules for starting a YouTube channel? No, not really. I've had this channel for a long time, probably about 10 years now. but I didn't. Oh, tips. Huh. LOL. Well, yeah, don't. Give me a second. I'm going to get something to drink real quick. Okay, I've had my channel for about 10 years, and at first I didn't really do much with it. I tried a couple of live streams, but back then I was mostly trying to do things on Facebook. Facebook has kind of gone down the drain in terms of this kind of thing, or at least my page has on Facebook. I've got 14,000 followers on Facebook, but the page is just kind of in a black hole of nothingness. Facebook is just basically, I don't know, they don't do anything with it. So they don't promote my page at all. So I've moved almost entirely over to YouTube. And on YouTube, you have to be consistent, which is not something that storm chasing really does well, is consistency. You can see I've got 4 people on during a tornado outbreak. Right, so I don't do a lot of these, or I haven't in the past done a lot of these live streams where we cover the actual event from my chair, looking at the radar. Usually I'm actually out chasing. This is an event I just did not want to get involved with at that level, so I had prior obligations that ended up falling through, so now I'm sitting here at home and we're watching this together in disbelief in some cases. But as far as tips for doing this on YouTube, I mean, just do it. The title and thumbnail are really important, which I don't think I'm very good at. I've had people I've gone on Fiverr and had people do thumbnails for me. I've not had very good luck with it. The ones on Fiverr, like the live stream ones for chasing, those were both made. I have 2 different versions of it, and they were both made by someone on Fiverr. The thumbnail today I made myself. It's not very good. I know it's not very good, but I don't want to pay somebody every time I do a live stream to have a new thumbnail. This channel doesn't make that much to be able to pay somebody to make a thumbnail every time. So, you got to pay a lot of attention to your title and thumbnail. Excuse me. Those are the most important things. There's some channels. Oh, what's his name? Nick Nimmin. Go to Nick Nimmin's YouTube channel and watch his YouTube channel. Watch all of his past videos on how to succeed on YouTube, and you'll get some really good information. And hopefully, if you choose to go that route and try to make your own YouTube videos, I wish you the best of success, because it is not easy. And if you can make it, my hat is off to you, because it is very challenging. But I encourage you to do it. Even if you never get past a few hundred subscribers, it's still a lot of fun, at least for me, just to make the videos, to edit the videos. I've got some long form content, quote unquote, videos on there on my channel. And I enjoy making them, and sometimes they get good views and sometimes they don't. But either way, I enjoyed the process of making them, and I'm trying to improve so I can make better content for you guys. You guys are the consumers of the content. If it wasn't for the people watching, I wouldn't. I mean, I would still do this, but it wouldn't be. I like to be able to interact with my audience, right? During the chase, during this, I try to answer every comment. I don't get a lot of comments. If my channel ever blows up and gets like the subscriber count and the view count go way up, it's going to be hard for me to keep up with all the comments. But I look forward to that day, in the sense that, yes, I'll be more successful, like Ryan level. I don't think I'm going to be like a Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall mainly does this like this, and he's got his fancy studio in his house and everything, and I just That's not me. I would rather be out in the field doing this. Um, it's just not feasible for me to chase every one of these setups, especially in Dixie Alley. So I'm gonna chase as much as I possibly can and try to bring it to you guys live. Um, so like Twisted, but not like Dead. I'm not sure what you mean. Twist X. Oh, um, I'm not sure how to respond to that comment, but I I'm not really in the research side of it. I'm just into the. Oh, excuse me, I have to sneeze. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Um, I'm not really into the research or science side. No, don't get me wrong. I'd like to have a weather station on my vehicle so that I can keep track of the conditions when I'm out there, and maybe display them on my screen. But during the live stream, but outside of that, I don't. I'm not a meteorologist. I don't have a scientific background. I'm not that kind of. It's not my kind of thing. Not that I wouldn't enjoy doing it. I just never got to that level in terms of my education. So for me, it's more along the lines of I want to be out there and enjoy the wind. I want to see and feel nature, and so that's kind of why I do it. I've always been a fanatic of weather. I'm just it fascinates me, and so not to get completely distracted here. This tornado is still going really strong. Look at the normalized rotation in the lower right hand part of your screen. It is still very strong. It looks like it's actually kind of gotten back up there because it was strong here, very strong and violent. Goes between Seminary and Collins, closer to Seminary, and now it's getting back up there again. Uh, so we have definitely still got an ongoing violent tornado right there, and we will continue to watch it. These are going to be all long track tornadoes today, I think. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Sorry. All of that dust and stuff has got me sneezing. Uh, so I'm trying to. I don't want to sneeze while I'm doing this. I got people trying to call me. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. Kansas City, Missouri. Give me 1 second. I gotta take a look at something. Okay, sorry. This is still an ongoing tornado. Look at this. This is wild. Let's see what else is going on here. This has still got a PDS tornado warning, I think. Oh, they canceled the warning. That must be an old warning. Is there going to be a new? They're going to issue a new one because it looks like it's still going to me. Then we have another one up there. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's just these two confirmed tornadoes for now. There's some way up here in Tennessee, which we could take a look at if you guys want. But and then we got these over here in Alabama as well, so that we can take a look at those. Let's switch over to BMX real quick and see what's going on with these tornado warnings up here. You can see looks like another tornado right here, over here, just to the southwest of Tuscaloosa. So let's keep an eye on that one. This area out here, I mean, really this whole region, but in particular over here in Alabama, northern Alabama, it's just nothing but trees. Oh my god, I have to. This is insane. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to show you guys some video from Facebook here if I can pull it up. I just now saw this. I don't know what the... Oh gosh. No, I don't want the audio because I don't know what this is going to be like. So let me move this over here. Let me move this tab over here so you guys can see this. And I'm not going to play the audio, but look at this tornado video. I mean, what in the world? Why would you stand there for this? This is absolutely crazy. Why would you stand there for that? I would be taking shelter. Or maybe I would be doing just what they're doing. I don't know, to be honest, but oh my god. That is... excuse all of the titles. I'm sorry. I mean, look at that. And look how quick it's over. Look at all of that damage. Looks like everyone was okay. They got lucky. They got very, very lucky. Oh, it says 2024. You're right. It does say 2024. Huh. My bad. Somebody shared it as though it was today. Maybe they meant 25? Okay, so I'm not sure if that was current or not, but that might have been a video that somebody was trying to pass off as current. I didn't even look to see the date on there. I just saw March 15th, and then my brain went, oh, let's show this. Maybe they typed 2024 instead of 5 by accident. Regardless, it's a wild tornado video. I mean, even if it wasn't from today. Pretty insane. Let's continue to look at this. I mean, look at this normalized rotation. Going right for Elrod. Up here, just to the west of Tuscaloosa here. See this new tornado warning. Tornado and quarter-size hail. No, that is something you don't do in a tornado warning, regardless of what day that was. Being there, watching it like that, that's not a very good idea. No, that's a way to... You gotta take shelter instead of watching it. That's just nuts. That's one way to do it for sure. Set up a camera and then see what happens. Take shelter, you know. Let's get back to our other tornado warnings because these are still ongoing. Let me switch back to well, can I switch to the radar? There we go. Alright. And this one's still going down here. Another strong tornado still going through just south of Hot Coffee, north of Collins. This is wild. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if like how the rest of the day is going to go in terms of the risk, but we had more tornado warnings last night than we did today. Not that these are not impactful, but last night was insane. I mean, and then today, with ongoing tornadoes. I know earlier when I first woke up and got on here, there were quite a few tornado warnings. This whole thing, look at how messy the convection is. All this stuff here is all merged together. Let me get the pencil out and show you guys. Like all of this is very messy. Look at how messy all this is. You have some development trying to happen out here, but and then you have but it's not nearly as isolated as it was yesterday. Taylorsville. Let's take a look at it. That looks like it's a little further east of Taylorsville. I don't think Taylorsville's getting this again. This is already... Look, to Taylorsville... Taylorsville is over here. And that is a really... How did it get so thick? Taylorsville is over there. Your tornado is right there. And it's going this way. So it's not going to be hitting Taylorsville. And that is obnoxiously thick. Right here. And this is going that way. Now, Stringer, maybe just to the south side of Stringer, it's going between towns. But I don't know, who knows how big this is. But Taylorsville looks like it's fine. I mean, I don't see anything behind. I don't see anything over here. There's nothing over here in this area that would be going that way. No, Taylorsville won't get any RFD. They're on the wrong side of it. Here, let me do some illustration here. So, let me pull this back up to a single panel. And this is a kind of a bad illustration because this is not very isolated, so it's kind of hard to see. But I'm going to do the best that I can here. So, right here is going to be kind of like your hook echo. And here's like your forward flank. They're going to get the forward. They're getting the forward flank downdraft. But I really need a better example. Because you can't really see very well here. But let's switch to 2 panels. Okay, so I just need a better example. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find a better example. Let's come up here to the Tuscaloosa storm, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. As soon as I can find the radar. Okay. Because this is more isolated out here. Well, slightly more isolated. Okay, so if we look at this, and these warning polygons are in my way, but if we look at this, Here's your hook echo right here, right? And here's kind of like the forward flank over here. And I need a different color. That's your forward flank downdraft. This is your... Here, let me erase some of this. Okay, so let's try this again. Here's your forward flank. And then here's your hook. Your RFD is going to be here. So this is your RFD, or rear flank downdraft. Right? It's going to push out like this. And so your forward flank Taylorsville is not anywhere near the rear flank downdraft, is my point. So if we come back to the Taylorsville storm, we switch over to the other radar. Well, if I can find the dang radar. Okay. Nope. I have to zoom in so I can click on it. They got that warning polygon right, that flash flood warning polygon right on top of the radar. So if we look at Taylorsville, you can see a similar situation here, but it's in the forward flank. It's not going to be in the RFD here. So if we look at this, and maybe now this current looks. So here's your forward flank. Oh my gosh, why is that so thick? Here's your forward flank right here. Here's your hook echo. Sort of. It's kind of messy. And your RFD is kind of like right here. So Taylorsville, they're nowhere near the RFD. I mean, if I was chasing this, you would need to know what the difference is between the RFD, right? So now that we're in closer, you can see a little bit better. This thing just wants to change the thickness of the thing every time I switch to the other pen. So this is your RFD. Well, now it's moved. Let's go back. Okay, let's see if I can do this without accidentally switching. And here's your hook. So the winds are going like this. And these winds are going like this. Now your RFD can be very strong. You have inflow coming in from over here. It's kind of wrapping around, which is where you get this hook shape, because the winds are wrapping around. And I did this arrow backwards. This should be this way, but you get the idea. So anyway, that's kind of how your storm structure works. Let's switch back to the actual current frame. And so your RFD would be here. If I was chasing and I'm here in so-so, I would be getting hit with some minimal RFD, or maybe some stronger RFD, or already hit because it's already passed through there. Yeah, it's definitely more defined on the velocity, but either way, if I'm in the forward flank or on the back side of the storm like it is now, I'm not worried about anything really, except for maybe some hail. And I've been in the forward flank in the Cisco storm from 2015, and that's where the hail gets really large, and you can cut through that and do you can do the core punch and then do a hook slice. So if you're doing a hook slice maneuver, so you let's say you're in Bay Springs up here, and you're traveling down this road, and you want to get to here, you're going to have to go. This part of it's going to be your core punch, and then as this continues to move this way, and you're going to come here to try and see it, you're going that direction. This is your hook slice. Well, right now, this would be your hook slice. So you're basically cutting that hook in half, trying to see what might be in here, right in this area. And so that's what we like to call a hook slice maneuver. It's extremely dangerous because you're basically driving into the path of the tornado. But sometimes it's the only way to see it. especially if it's rain wrapped. Um, Sometimes you'll get it rain wrapped from one direction, but you can see it from another direction. So that's a lot of it's dangerous. I don't recommend doing it unless you're very experienced. And in this situation today, where you can't see, absolutely not. It's not something I would do. You're gonna get run over if you do a maneuver like that. There's no question about it. But anyways, that's kind of where that goes. Um, let's just continue watching the storms. And what is this? What is this tool? Highlighted cursor. Oh, I see. Okay, I don't have the other tool on this. Okay. So let's keep an eye on this storm. Oh, this one up by Tuscaloosa is now. Let's go up here to Birmingham. Got a confirmed tornado on this one now. Moving for. Okay, let's switch to 4 panels. Okay, so here we go. There's our next confirmed tornado. Let's see, how long has this been going? So it's been going for a little while. Let's re-download this. We'll play it. Put it in motion. North of Tuscaloosa here. Man, that looked like it took a northern trajectory there. Yeah, it kind of did. If you look at normalized rotation, it went north. It was going northeast, and then the tornado took a hook to the left. That's wild. Didn't know there was going to be any of that going on today. That's the other reason why you don't want to do hook slices or be in the forward flank, because there will be times where, like on April 30th of last year, where that tornado will hook back to the north and in some cases do northwest or west, can do basically reverse directions as it's dissipating. And that's another very dangerous situation. That's why I always like to be south of the tornado. Not to say that being south of it's always safe. El Reno proved that, but in most cases, that's going to be your best bet. There won't be very many more El Renos if we have any more ever. Oh my gosh. Man. It was almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My goodness. A Tuscaloosa storm. Sure looked mean earlier. Look at that hook echo on there. Alright, I am going to take a short break here, so I'm going to leave you guys to yourselves. And I will see you in a few minutes here. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to take a look at this tornado that's north of Tuscaloosa here. Radar indicated. Alright, well, you can see there's a little kind of almost a donut hole right there across that highway. What is this? I tried to see the highway. I can't get it to show up. Want to zoom in maybe? I don't know. I can't get it to. Maybe GR or the other GR does it. This one doesn't. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. I have to continually switch radars here. Because these are way further south. A few tornado warnings, but there's... Is there really... I mean, there's some isolated cells, but it's very, very messy. Stuff everywhere. This is typical of Dixie Alley. Oh boy. Well, how long have we been going? 2 hours. Well, I have some things I need to do, and we'll see how the rest of this day goes as these kind of move into Alabama. Very messy storm. I mean, there's storms kind of everywhere, and you can see there's just precip everywhere with some more isolated cells kind of mixed in. So I think I'm going to be done for now, and maybe we come back to it later. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet, but regardless, for the two of you that are on here, I'm guessing it's still you, Unforgiven, and Kieran. I appreciate you guys for hanging with me. When we do hopefully we get some more storms that are not this kind of violent weather, but we get it somewhere close to home so that I can chase it. Oklahoma, Kansas, I can do. So, I said what right? I'm not sure what your... Oh, I said your name right. Well, I'm glad I got your name right. I did the best that I could with it. Yeah, cool. I'm happy I got it. But yeah, I will be. No one gets your name right. I look at it and I do it kind of like, I don't know how old you are, but whenever I was younger, people would make fun of people that used hooked on phonics. It was this thing that it was these set of VHS tapes and stuff that you could watch, and they would teach you how to teach younger kids how to speak using looking at the word and then sounding it out, the normal way. But they just had a certain way of doing it. That's kind of how I try to approach any word, names in particular, of course. But yeah, you just sometimes, depending on what language that particular name comes from, like if it's originating in German or French or whatever, not your name specifically, just generally speaking, it's going to have a slightly different pronunciation because of how it's pronounced in the original language. But this one, it seemed straightforward to me. Gaelic, okay, cool. It seemed straightforward to me. Now, the last name, that I'm not going to try, but that's okay. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. I know we've got a few more people in here. We've got 5 people. Hebrew, okay, nice. that I should have recognized that right away. If I'm being honest, that sounds correct to me. I'm what I can you can like we can talk about it in Discord. I don't want to talk about anything other than really weather on there, but I'll see if I can message you on Discord, and I'll keep an eye on these storms. But like I said, I have things that I've got to do, so I will see you guys later, and hopefully we get some more storms to actually chase. We most certainly will, just hopefully sooner rather than later. But I will see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you guys sticking with me.